So I'm trying something new, a technique someone told me to help get more views. They told me to schedule the live for at least like 2 days or something like that. I tried it for a day or tomorrow at or midnight tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. We're gonna see if that works. They said it gives YouTube time enough to schedule and find the right people for you rather than forcing it out right away. And it usually doesn't get. And all your subscribers will get notified and stuff like that. And that you should really do it on the browser rather than the app. So I'm gonna try it on the app first, see if that works. Schedule it on the app. Because on the browser version, you have the option where there's a check mark, a box you can check or uncheck to when you upload a video and schedule it to send it to all your subscribers to notify them. There's an option to do that. And I guess it's not on the app from what she's saying, but I'll have to go check that out. But yeah, so you can schedule the video and then it'll still have live chat, but it'll be like when it posts, it'll be an older live. People won't be able to. You won't be there to answer if they were to chat live. So I think that's why. Nope, I've already done a couple of burnout sets this morning, so we're gonna go for 400 now, or we're gonna do another set, maybe two. So we'll be at 400 or 500. Depending if I can pull off one. Each set gets harder and harder. But you got to do 9 sets total to have 1,000 built up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we got to do a full 10 sets. No, well, yeah, it's going to be 1,000 burnouts and 100 push-ups. It's 1,100 total. Because we do 100 burnouts and then we do 10 push-ups at the end of those burnouts. So every time you do you're doing the repetitions, you're repeating it. But we're going to have 10 sets of 100 reps. So, yeah. All right, here we go. I'm a little sore, but let me make sure I stretch because I am a little bit sore. A good sore, not a bad sore. You want your muscle to feel stretched and tore just a little from pushing it. That way it actually grows. Or you gain dense strength, inner strength. That's when you're cutting up and keeping your shape. Because muscle density can take about a year or so to start falling off. At least a year before it starts. You'll have muscle memory, so you can build it back. But all right. But when you work out without muscle memory, it's like the first time working out. So, or doing a new exercise would be the way to feel that way. If you have a lot of muscle memory, and work out a muscle you're not used to working out, and you won't have it. You'll have to build up muscle memory on that one. All right, burnouts. Here we go. I'm gonna count to every 10. We're doing 1,000 per day, or I am, but I'm gonna try to record every few sets. I'll do 2 sets each recording. So this is my second video, so we're gonna be at 400, maybe 500 burnouts, and that'll be 50 or 40 push-ups on top of that. So we're doing 110 per set. All right, so I'm gonna count every 10, right on the 10. Ready, go. 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 4, 5, 1, 2, 100, 105. We'll slow these last ones down. 106, 107. 110. Whew. All right. So there's one rep. There's one set. Whew. So we're gonna do 10 sets, probably, yeah, 110 each rep. So it'll be 1,010 per day. 1,000 burnouts with 100 push-ups. Little thing I do is keep my rotator cuff from feeling pull and locking the joints out so it's actually stretching, and then you're pulling it that way so it's symmetrical stretching. Just keeps you from, it lets me do this every day without feeling sore. So this is the 10th day, or this will be the 10th day workout. Again, I'm trying something new. I got advice from a good YouTuber that has a lot of following. They said schedule your videos. The beginner and small channels will immediately post to public. You can post to public, but go post it on your browser instead of your phone. And on your browser, make sure you have the option that you have to check, because it's not checked, to send to all your subscribers to make them aware. As well as it's to schedule it at least 2 days later. Don't schedule it to post right away. And you can do up to 10 videos and schedule them in order. Do them all in one day and then pick a different day. One day, one day, one day. That way you have consecutive releases. But yeah, she said it gives YouTube time to process it instead of trying to do it in a few minutes and send it out. And it gives YouTube time if you schedule it for a few days later. But yeah, stretching I do every time. You'll always do this one. And you want to hold it. And when you come out of the stretch, come out slow. Don't just fly down, because you could pinch a nerve. Pinch nerves are, because you have little nerves are slimmer than your hair. And they're entangled around your spine, and they usually get pinched in between the discs, like the sciatic nerve or your pinch nerve. It's usually like, because you have the space in between, and when the cartilage starts disappearing and the spine starts touching, you get a massage the wrong way, or you do exercise too quick, or you yank up a dumbbell too fast, or you're doing too much weight. You know, like I'm gonna be, if I work out with 8 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, I'll do 20 and 25s only when I'm assisted, like when I'm holding on to something with this hand. That way I'm not fighting, my spine isn't fighting to keep balance from doing butterflies with big dumbbells. And I would prefer dumbbells just because it's symmetrical, so I have a better chance of balance and going slower if I need to. If you gotta go slower and do the reps slower, so what? I mean, yes, the explosion is nice to gain, but if you start shaking while you're doing it, then don't. Go slower. But yeah, let me grab a couple dumbbells. And but yeah, like these are just simple 8 pounds. You know, do some butterflies. Or do some of these. I go back slow, you know, I explode coming up a little. I'm gonna make sure I control it going down instead of just letting it fall down and catching it. That way you're getting a better full workout. Your explosion and your resistance going down. Like if you could do 100 very slow push, I mean slow, it's painful, very painful. It takes a while to build up to those. Then we're going to do some regular push-ups. I like using the dumbbell, because the same as when you're doing pull-ups, you're activating all that muscle right there. So it's good for that wrist and the forearm. I mean, I can do like that, but then I'm pretty much just resting. And I don't want to be resting. I want to be like this. You know, I can go like that or that, but I do them both. Plus it's carpet. Yeah. So yeah, I do them both ways, but when I get a chance to, or when I'm trying to up the workout a little, I'll make sure I have these, so it's almost as good as doing pull-ups, because you're spaced an inch off the ground here. So you're having to hold yourself up with the strong grip. And remember, don't let your head bob down. I mean, you can't tell me it doesn't look professional with it up. You're alert. You're smart, so you're used to you can feel, you know, of when you're gonna stop. You can just feel it. You know, so you don't have to look at the ground to determine when you stop. And plus, if you are in the military and you're in the middle of action, you want to be alert while you're doing stuff, you know. So it's just a focus and enhancement. There's a stability. It's good for your spine because you're supporting your spine up. You're not letting it droop down. So that's all. Remember, your spine just stops right. It goes right into the tip of your brain, but it's like a real slim hair part there. But that's where a lot of important discs are that hurt. So I do make sure I do my cuff rotators and my neck rotators. I do exercise that work on the shoulder, like these throws, like when you do traps or shrugs. You're not using your bicep and forearm. You can, but you have to learn to isolate these 1, 2, 3 muscles. You just want to use the shoulder. You want to, if you cheat, you're only hurting yourself. You know, you're only cheating yourself when you cheat. So you can do them both together. Just shrug with that. Isolate the other 2 muscles. That's a good way to practice isolating muscles. All right, and then go from that to just using your shoulder. Using your shoulder and a little of your pectoral here. And it's gonna help you get those cut, nice round shoulder. I just prefer to wear a shirt when I work out. My wife would be upset, I imagine. But it develops pretty good, trust me. And you can feel the burn really good on these. Feel it right in the shoulder. Alright, leave the other side hanging. Remember, you're isolating the bicep and forearm. You're just using your shoulder to throw this up. Shoulder and the pectoral. You're gonna feel the burn. In fact, you can stand up, but yeah, I can fit it in the frame. That's good. All right, and then I'm gonna jump right into another set of burnouts except this time instead of regular push-up position, because like that, I'm gonna be in grips on these. So it's close. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'll do vertical, sometimes horizontal. All right, so we're gonna say it's gonna be hard because each rep is getting harder and harder. All right, you ready? Here goes some more. Every 10 we're counting, and then we're gonna do as many as I can come up. I might follow my face on this one, guys, because I've done hundreds of these today already. Every set I do I'm doing a reps of repetitions of 100, so, and I'm doing 10 sets per day. So that's 1100 total. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you get to those last 3 sets, for me it burns. It might start burning on you immediately the first one, but you'll get used to that. The second and third day, you'll be like, it burns a little, but yeah. But this is a good way to get cut up if you're trying to just get definition in the arm, or you're trying to just build on that muscle, the back arm, the triceps. So that's why they're called burnouts, because you're going to feel the burn the most there in your chest. And again, a little bit of the shoulder. And we're just going to work on the pump here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Ooh, it's starting to hurt my palm. 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, 90, and then push-ups regular. That was 100, 101. 111. Okay. I did an extra one just for getting up real quick. Okay. Whew, still got the pump going. Alright, so we're alright. So we're halfway there. I got half the sets to go the rest of the day. But, yeah, I'm starting to feel it. First 2 days it burned bad, but now it's taking me a few sets in for it to start burning. And this is going to strengthen your core because you're pretty much holding your plank position, and you're adding a pump to your core too. And the reason you want to tighten your core is not just it's for stability and to protect your spine. Because if you're crooked or like an S, or your butt's too high there or too low, you want to make sure your back isn't like this or like this, but you want to make sure it's straight. You want to protect your spine in push-ups. That's all. And then I stretch each time I'm done with the set. Stretch at least 10 seconds, 30 seconds. When I'm alone, I'll hold a stretch for a half hour, 15 minutes. There's been times up to an hour if I got that much time. But a book on stretching, one of the military school guys he got in there was, it just showed that if you do it every day consistently for 6 months to a year, not only will you gain patience and stuff like that, stability, strength, and lengthen your muscles. So you're working out, pumping them, and you're lengthening them. So that way you're not getting like crippled. Those guys that get so swole they can't pick up a pencil. They were to stretch and work out. But, yeah. Make sure you don't want to make sure your joints are always locked, not bent halfway, 90%, 100% locked when you stretch, no matter what stretch that is. Rather you got to start off bent like this one, and then slowly go into it, and hold. You can throw in some leg, one diagonal, one locked. Remember, you gotta treat your body nice. It's the house for your soul. Even though your brain might want to jump out, your body's got to wake up. You got to all be in sync together. Mind, body, and soul. You have to be in sync. But if your body's thinking too fast, and then your mind is, it's going to get hurt. You got to all be in sync. So you got to tell your body, thank you. Your mind's like, okay, I got to stretch these body parts. You know what I mean? Got to do things to prevent injury in my body. Helps me get better sleep, eat healthy, stay away from processed sugars, enriched grains. You know, got to quit them. Just the healthy version instead of processed sugar, which is dehydrated sugar. What does dehydrated mean? That's how you concentrate something. You remove all the moisture from it and dehydrate it. That's how you make a concentrated powder form of anything. And they're chemical bioengineered sugar. So 20 to 100x times concentrated. And when you wet something, put moisture into something that's concentrated, it reconcentrates and rehydrates in your body, stealing nerves because it's a chemical form from nearby nerves all through your bloodstream. Sugar goes in the blood. So they say sugar is the cause of all diseases. Diabetes, glaucoma, dementia, all kinds of ailments and diseases. And it's the only processed sugar. If you don't gotta quit, go to organic cane sugar. You'll notice it's a lot moister. It doesn't have the hydrate when you take it. It's not concentrated. So yes, it's not a crystallized concentrated, which is very strong. So you want to go to the light brown organic cane sugar. That one's all right. Still, you don't want to do too much of that, but still, that way you don't got to quit or be upset for recommendation. You're not going to go through detox from sugar because you're still going to have organic cane sugar. You're going to feel better. You're going to save your body from all kinds of ailments and diseases. You might end up thinking at first I'm being harsh, but no, I'm just saying the truth. You want to drink water, stay away from Coca-Cola. They sponsor everything. To me, every time I see Coca-Cola sponsored football, Coca-Cola this, WWE, whatever, Olympics, I'm seeing cancer sponsored. I think they cause the most cancer than any other thing. So it took me years to quit drinking Coca-Cola. I was raised on it. I don't blame my parents. They were raised, I guess, on it too. But yeah, just water now. I'll drink some unsweet tea sometimes. You know. I'll never buy a 2-liter and bring it home again, or a 12-pack and bring it home again. Never again. I notice how I feel. Pay attention to what you put in your body. You feel like you eat, and you eat like you feel. If you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. If you eat good, you're going to feel good. You know, there are temptations in life, and sweets are one of them. Foods that that taste good but aren't healthy because they're convenient to make, throw in the microwave. You know, they're convenient temptations. Temptations are temporary physical joys, you know. You have too much intercourse with the wrong person and people, you're going to get a virus. That's science, religion, whatever you want to call it. You have too much sweets, you're going to get cavities, diabetes, dementia, you know, glaucoma. You know, you do drugs, you're going to die, overdose, become addicted. So these physical temptations that seem joyous at first cause permanent pain, especially if that's what you're trapped in. But you know, that's just how it is sometimes. You gotta go for the spiritual permanent morals that cause a permanent joy because you're choosing the right thing. Like exercise, it's difficult to do at first. It's not a temporary joy, it's temporary pain, but it's once you get through that pain, it'll become a loving process. When that pain hurts, you're gonna be upset after weeks of practice. You're gonna be like, dang, I don't feel the pain anymore. We're gonna find it. Because you're going to notice that it's hunting that pain down, making you stronger and stronger, making it difficult for you to feel pain, physical, because you're pushing through it. You're going to seek it. Once you start feeling the burn and the reps and the pain in your muscles and you're shaking, that's when you smile. And you're like, yeah, this is what I want to be. This is what I came to work out for. This is what I want to feel. And you do 10 more reps, you know. But 10, 100, whatever you can do. 10, 20, just do some more reps when you get to that pain. Don't stop. Practice and practice. If you can't get through it the first time and you make it to the pain and you fail, give it a break. Maybe wait a day or two and try again. You know, because you do need a rest once you do rip your muscle. Once you rip your muscle and it's tore, rest for at least one day. I've done that and I've never had an issue. The only time I've been hurt lately was when something fell on me at work or something, but it had nothing to do with working out. But yeah. So long as you use these the right way and you're trained and experienced to not hurt yourself, but use low weight ones. You know, I'm home alone. Well, I mean, you guys are watching, but 8 pounds. But they get the job done. The butterfly, you can get on your traps. You know what I mean? You can lay down and do the skull crushers. But, and all kind, you know. You can work on your boxing, your speed getting better by practicing slow jabs. That way when you punch without the dumbbell, your hand's going to still punch as if it has that dumbbell in its hand. That's what it's used to. So to make your punch a little harder. There were some professional boxers at my military school, like Lady Ram, she fought Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali. So she gave me a few tips. I'll eventually tell you guys here and there. That was the cool thing about that place. It was all like, there was a lot of ex-professional NFL, even ex-professional golf, professional boxers that would come out there to visit us. But yeah, so we're going to do some squats, some weighted squats. This is going to be a little difficult. You're going to feel the difference between this and a normal squat. So to keep your balance and not fall over, this is good for beginners. Get you something heavy. I'm going to use 1 dumbbell. You can use 2. But get your 1 8 or 10 pound, 5 pound if you're not too strong. Yes, people can use 20s or 50s. I think you might get hurt. This is just close to your own body weight. Just add in a few pounds more. It's like a gradual increase so you don't shock your body too much. So hold it out like that, like your elbow. Maybe a little slack if you got to. And when you squat, you don't want your knees to go past your feet. Okay, you don't want to do that because then your spine will be out of alignment the way you're supposed to do squat. You want to be more back. Don't lean forward and do squat. So you see how my knee, you want it straight? You don't want the knees coming past this blue. I can be parallel with it, but you don't want to go lean too far that way when you're doing squats because then you're not using your leg, you're using your back. That's the whole theory of thumb there. All right, we're just going to do 10, 20. We'll see. I do a set of these after every push-ups. It helps the results for the upper body strength. It's like the natural growth hormone that releases from your legs. We already did 10. 15. Yeah, I feel the burn a long time ago. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna stretch a little for that one. The dumbbell helps pull me down a little. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we did our 2 sets of burnouts there. So we're halfway there to our 1100 total with the 100 push-ups with 10 sets all together. Alright, this is Make with Mike. Hope you make your day with me or with your family, friends, with God, or whoever. Or you can make it with Mike. See you next live.